This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack Daily Challenge. So let us see our sample test cases. In the first line of input, we are given the values of R and C, and then we are given a R cross C matrix as input. And in our output, we must print a single integer which represents the count of columns. So now our task is to count the number of columns in which the values are sorted in descending order. So to do that, we will be traversing through every columns present in the matrix. So let us start from our first column. In the first column, the first value is 12 and the next value is 61. So it is not in descending order. So the first column is not a valid one. So we are moving to the next column. So here the first value is 100 and then it is 88. It is decreasing, and then the next is 35, 30, 25. So here all the values present in the second column are in descending order. So this is a valid column. Hence this column must be counted. So now the value of our count would be 1. And now we are going to check the next column. So here 67, 59, 46, 25, 13. And here also all the values are present in descending order. So this column is also valid. So now the value of count should be 2. And now the last column 89, 79, 65, 36 and 32. So here also all the values are present in descending order. Hence this is also a valid column. So the number of valid columns are 3. So we are printing our output as 3. Now let us see our sample input 2. So here we are given a 4x4 matrix as input, and here out of these 4 columns only the second and fourth column are sorted in descending order. So our output is 2. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. This is the program I have written. Initially I have declared 2 integer variables R and C, and then I am accepting their values as input. And in the next line I am creating a 2-dimensional array named mat of size R cross C. So we are going to accept our input matrix in this 2-dimensional array using a nested for loop. So the first loop iterates from 0 to R and the second loop iterates from 0 to C. And in every iteration we are accepting our input and storing it in matrix of ij. Now we have to count the sorted columns count. To do that, first we are going to create a new integer variable named count and set its value initially to 0. And now we have to traverse through every columns of the matrix. So again we need a nested for loop. So here the first loop iterates from 0 to C instead of 0 to R, and the second j loop iterates from 0 to R minus 1 instead of 0 to C. And in every iteration we are using matrix of ji instead of matrix of ij. So when we do everything opposite like this, we would be traversing through the columns of the matrix instead of rows. So this j loop traverses through every values present in the ith column. And inside the j loop we are checking whether matrix of ji is less than matrix of j plus 1i. So what this does is it would be checking whether the value present in the next row of the same column is less than it or not. And if it is less, it means that it is in increasing sequence. And if this condition is satisfied, it means that the values in the particular column are present in ascending order. So we are setting the value of flag to 1. And after the j loop, we are checking whether the value of flag is equal to 0 or not. If the value of flag is still equal to 0, it is a valid column. So we are incrementing our count variable. And if the value of flag is 1, we are not going to bother. And the reason to use r minus 1 here is, in every iteration we are checking the next row value. Suppose if we use r, when we are present at the last row, we would be trying to check the value that is present in the last row plus 1, which is out of index. So to avoid that, we are using this r minus 1. So finally, after the execution of this nested for loop, we would have traversed it through every columns of the matrix. And finally, we are going to print the value of count. Now I have given the sample input 1 and our expected output is 3. So we are also getting 3. And for the sample input 2, our expected output is 2. So we are also getting 2. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.